Well, it was supposed to be my day off, but, you know, stuff happens and you react to it and you come on and out. I've seen a lot of people getting ahead of themselves, getting a little bit arrogant, getting, oh, Liverpool going to win the league, relax now, calm down. I'm here tonight to... Well, no, I'm not. I'm here to brag. I definitely am. I'm here to brag. I'm here to be unbearable. And I'm here to just enjoy it. Drink it in. Soak it in. It is magnificent. Manchester City are capitulating. And I'm here for it. I've waited a long time for it. I'm going to enjoy every moment of it. Every bit of glorious karma that comes their way. I am here for it, my friends. We're going to have some fun. And we're going to take some cheap shots because they're very much deserved. Did you guys hear the pain in Gary Neville's voice as he was commentating on that game for Sky? And 1 goal went in, and 2 goals went in, and 3 goals went in, and then 4 goals went in. That is now Manchester as a city 0, Spurs 7. So 3-0 at Old Trafford, 4-0 at the Etihad. I'm starting to like this Spurs team. So, ladies and gents, let's get cracking because there's a lot to get through tonight. Let me start off with some glorious super chats from you guys to kick us off, and then we'll get stuck into the sticking of the boot into Manchester City. Right, all aboard. HMS Pistol League. Don't you worry, mate. I got your HMS Pistol League. Don't you worry. You ready? There it is. There she is in all her glory. Look at her. Ready to set sail with Captain Craigo. All good to go. All aboard. And do you know what? Like I've said all along, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to get ahead of yourself. Don't be afraid to get excited. These are the days we live for as football fans. Because I tell you what, I wasn't expecting that win from Spurs. In fact, I thought they were going to be absolutely hammered. So I'm going to fly through as many of these super chats as I can because some of them are very similar, as you might see. TOTT2KZ1, how are you, sir? And yes, all aboard. I've got it though, don't worry. We've worked, prepared for tonight. We've got a few images that we think you guys might enjoy. Victor said, Sweet Caroline. Oh, good times never seem so good. Oh, mate, I'm here for it. Blue moon isn't rising, it is sinking, and I'm here for every minute of it. Chelsea are bigger competition than City now, said Keane Sheridan. Well, look, it's just glorious, isn't it? Everybody expected a reaction from those Manchester City players after that Pep Guardiola contract extension, and they got one. Just not the reaction that they wanted. The reaction that we very much wanted, though. So look, I get it. I get people are going to be saying, now, Craig, don't get ahead of yourself. But come on, this is what we're in it for. We've got to go do our job tomorrow, and I'm confident that we will, but that would be 8 points clear of Manchester City and still 9 points clear of Chelsea, 9 points clear of Arsenal. Can you smell that? City have shit the bed, said Charlie. So, we like to get scientific sometimes here on the channel, and we've seen something today that made sense to us. Would you like me to share the thing that I seen today that suddenly made everything make sense? Because you're probably like me. You're probably sitting around, scratching your head, trying to figure out how Manchester City ended up in this position. Don't worry. The boffins at Anfield Agenda have figured this out for you. Are you ready? Are you ready for the big reveal? Because this will explain everything. I need to know you're ready. I need some answers in the chat. I need to know you're ready. Because once you see this, there's no going back. Once you see this, you won't be able to forget it. You'll say to me, oh my God, Craig, how did we not see it? As long as you're ready, here we go. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? What are we saying? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You know, there you are. Pep Ten Hag. Simples. So what we figured out from this is don't be dishing out contract extensions in Manchester for the managers. You know what I mean? There you go. You knew I'd come in highbrow, ready to go. No cheap shots. Oh, I'm going to leave that up for a while there because I think it's worth us just reflecting on and enjoying for a minute. PC Drap. Thank you, mate, for your membership with us. Appreciate you with us. 21 months now. Early days yet, but things are going very well. Well, mate, I've got an answer for you. Things will only get better. Will only get better. Yeah, it's going to get better. The gap's going to keep growing, and we're just going to keep, well, doing what we do, which is picking up the points. Pinch me, Craig. Woohoo! Said Finty Tin. Mate, I don't want to wake you up. I don't want any of us to wake up because life right now is pretty good, right? So, right, Winky Wonky Donkey, and I could say that name forever, bro. So, just come in from the annual Christmas pub drinks with the in-laws and seeing that you were live. New City had lost. This result has got me feeling extremely kinky. Well, mate, I went through different levels of nakedness as these goals went in today, you know. Started off with the Mankini, and very quickly, by the time it was 4, it was down to me skeleton. You know what I mean? So, yes. It's, you know that we don't overreact on here. You know, we keep things sensible and realistic. So, look, I don't actually have any news for you. You know, I don't have anything to come on here tonight and talk about. We can talk about the game, but I just thought, you know, the Christmas season's officially started now. And, yeah, the wheels are coming off. Because you could see it. Did you see Guardiola on the sidelines? Oh, did you see it? Oh, the little spit merchant that he is. What, by the way, is Pep Guardiola in a constant state of dehydration? Because every spit that he has is that foamy little spit that you have when you've nothing left. So maybe Pep Guardiola needs to get on the old Volvic because, you know, he can't even produce the spit properly these days. Patrick said, what a beautiful day. Indeed it is. Patrick, my friend, indeed it is. What do you think about the game, and can City bounce back against us next week? Look, next week's next week. Who knows? They can't be any worse. But you know what? We will talk about City today, but I want to just say earlier on as well, give Spurs their credit. You know, it's very easy to just laugh at City, and we will. But give Spurs their credit, because that was an incredible performance. Those first couple of goals for Spurs, honestly, if we scored them, I'd be talking about them for months. So give Ange Postecoglou and Spurs their credit because they had to bounce back as well. But they just love playing City. There's just something about Spurs and City that you never know. You never truly write them off because anything's possible. I'm convinced you hate City more than United. Well, I do. I've never tried to hide it. I'll give you my stance, mate, very clearly. I dislike Manchester United from a sporting rivalry perspective. And I never want United to win anything. But I respect the club. I don't respect Manchester City, and I don't acknowledge any of their trophies because it's all caveated by these charges. And we all know, the whole football world knows, everybody knows, as much as they try to make it out like they haven't broken the rules, we know. And I can't respect that. I've always said, if we lost this league title to Arsenal, I'll be the first person on here to congratulate them. It will suck, it will hurt, but I'll sincerely show good sportsmanship and I'd come on and I'd congratulate them. But of course I hate City more than United. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't any football fan hate City more than United? You know? United at least are doing things within the rules. And, you know, I respect them. I want to beat them badly. I never wanted to win anything, but I respect them. Same with Arsenal, same with other clubs. I don't respect people who piss all over the rules. I don't understand how anybody with common sense has any respect for this version of City. I don't. Honestly, and the newer City fans, I kind of understand it from them because, you know, maybe they're new to the sport, maybe they jumped on board the gravy train, fair enough. But the rest of the football world, whether you're a fan of Liverpool, Arsenal, United, whoever, nobody respects what this City team are. Nobody should respect what this City team are because they've stuck 2 fingers up, they've thrown a grenade into the Premier League, and they've basically tried to cause a civil war inside the league. I've no respect for that, and nor should anybody else. So yes, on days like today, when I've had to sit through 2 days of Sky Sports fluffing up Guardiola and telling us how great City and Guardiola are, on a day like today where they go out there and Pep was building up in the last few days saying everybody hates us and we don't care. Well, you're now irrelevant, Pep. 4-0 at home to Spurs. How's that for a reaction to your contract, asshole? Go on, Pep, you know. Tell it like it is, mate. Keep signing another one. Because I tell you one thing that won't get said enough, and it's absolutely true and I don't care. This Manchester City team will be very, very competitive in National League North. Very competitive. They could be fighting for the title in National League North under Guardiola and this group of Manchester City stalwarts that they have there. So yeah, I do detest City because they stand for everything that I hate about football, modern football, which is, you know. Do you still think City can win the league? No, not a chance. Look, do you look at that City team and think they can win the league? Genuinely. Like, this isn't us talking about City of 2-3 years ago. Go back to the start of this season. I've said it over and over again. This is not the same City. There's no fear factor in this group. Look, they're a good team. They'll pick up results. And they will recover from today. But they're not the same animal. As much as Sky Sports and others want them to be, they're not. So if you're an Arsenal fan, a Liverpool fan, a Chelsea fan, you should feel optimistic that right now you can feast. And as a Liverpool fan, yes, I'm very happy. We have a chance to go, 8 points clear of Manchester City tomorrow, 9 points clear of Arsenal, with Manchester City to come to Anfield next week. So even if we lost that game, we'd still be 5 points clear of them, 6 points clear of Arsenal. I've played them both once. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right about now. And I'm feeling pretty vindicated right about now. Because remember, Arne Slot was going to come in and fail. Arne Slot was going to come in after Jurgen Klopp, and that shadow was going to be there. And, you know, everybody was almost saying from the outside, he won't be able to do it. Nobody will come in after Jurgen and be able to keep it going. Well, how's that feeling for you right now, huh? I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Craig, if we can beat Real Madrid in Anfield on Wednesday, City are in deep shit. Look, for me, Real Madrid game's almost a free hit. Because Sunday is the game that I'm fixated on. Manchester City. That's the one. Get out of that game without a loss. And I don't see anybody catching us. Arsenal, at this moment in time, genuinely, Arsenal seem better placed to make a run at us than Manchester City. And the bookies think the same, by the way. If you're looking at the bookies odds right now, Liverpool 10-11 on to win the Premier League. Arsenal 3-1. Manchester City 7-2. So even the bookies and the money, people aren't believing it. You know, and even when I spoke to Dara McAnthony, Dara still expected the City to win it by 5 points. I've never understood this. Because they are not the same team. You take the best midfielder in the world out of any team and they're going to struggle. Throw into that an ageing De Bruyne who's picking up injuries. Kovacic out now for a few weeks as well. Haaland being hit and miss, and yes, scores in bunches, but, you know, today again, nowhere in a big game to be seen. And do you know what I really enjoyed seeing today? The Tin Pot City fans emptying out of the stadium. 82, 83 minutes, start emptying out. And it wasn't even full to begin with. So everything about today was just vindication for football. Football won today. And football will hopefully continue to win. Don't sleep on Chelsea either. I haven't. They're on the list. You know, again, Chelsea are showing some mettle under Maresca. They look a far more solid unit than they were in previous seasons, and they've a cast of thousands as well. So look, I'm not sleeping on Chelsea one bit. You know, they're going to be able to navigate the Conference League fairly easy. They don't even have Palmer in their squad, so yeah, I'm not sleeping on them at all. I'm glad we actually played them and beat them at Anfield already. Corbin 2003, how are you, bro? Said, I still worry about City, got my hopes up many times. So I get that, mate. Look, we have some PTSD around Manchester City and title races, but genuinely ask yourself this, mate, honestly. Do you think that this is the same Man City? Because I really, really don't. And look, think about it like this, right? Today was a big day for the Etihad. They were celebrating beforehand. Rodri came out with the Ballon d'Or, and congratulations to him on that, sincerely. I thought he was a deserving winner. Pep Guardiola signed his new contract. It was party time inside the Etihad, and the players couldn't respond to that. So on a day like today, where you've got one of your star players out there, you know, wandering around with his Ballon d'Or, Guardiola's new contract, and a really good feeling, they had to respond. And they were absolutely mauled by Spurs. So they just haven't got it in them anymore. This is the time Guardiola is going to have to rebuild that City team, because They'll be there or thereabouts, around third, second, fourth, but they're not going to push all the way. They haven't got it in them. They just don't. You know, this was, like, think if this was us, right? So, let's say 2 years ago, Klopp signed a new contract, Salah had won a Ballon d'Or. There's no way we're getting beaten 4-0 at home by Spurs, or anybody. It just wouldn't happen. And this wasn't a 4-0 beaten because there was a player sent off or anything. This was just an absolute exercise in counter-attacking football par excellence from fucking Spurs. It was, that first goal was truly remarkable. What a ball in from Kulusevski, what a finish from Maddison. Yeah. So, I get it, we're all scared from the past, but don't be. Because if we mess up, fair enough. And I'm not saying that we're going to continue on this unbelievable start. And I'm not saying that we won't have blips throughout the season. But I feel very confident in saying this is not the same Manchester City.